Hey, thank you for tuning in, or thank you for scrolling down on Facebook and having the balls to click, or the vulvas to click on this Facebook. The huevos to click on this Facebook link. My name's Jared Aguilar.
Tyler Adams here.
We are part of Flex Performance Physios. You don't know what that is? We don't really know what that is either.
It's okay.
But we are students, broke-ass students, documenting our journey from broke-ass graduate students to our journey of potential physiotherapy business owners. What was that you were saying about waking up every day feeling $1 more in debt?
Lately I've been thinking, trying to wake up every day being like,
I embrace my debt.
I am embracing the debt as a motivation.
I don't know.
Because if you don't do anything the first part of that morning, that's not helping anything. If you didn't do anything to work on that, well, guess what? Next semester's coming.
Yeah.
And that they're gonna want that money again.
Or say that you owe $11, right? You owe the.
So what happened? I got an email that said, hey, you're $11 short. And if you don't go get it in by X date, we're gonna give you a 10% charge.
Yeah.
Which I imagine if you're like $1,000, that could kind of, it's like $11. Like, I just want to almost like go around campus collecting coins, like looking on the ground.
Because they will come after you for that $11.
You just won't be in school next semester.
Yeah.
But I digress. Back to Greg Todd. Did they know we interviewed Greg Todd? Super fortunate. Super fortunate,
super grateful. Thank you, Senor Greg Todd, again for giving us the opportunity to interview you. He talked about being an entrepreneur, the mindset to maybe one day own a business, and how to market themselves and how to market their potential company.
It's interesting. You might hear a little bit of physical therapy, physiotherapy dialogue in here, but really it's just the avenue to talk about business, breaking through the old school ways.
He slapped us in the face a lot of times. A lot of fire.
If you didn't know about Greg Todd, he's a physical therapist. Fill in the gap if I miss it here, Jared. He's a physical therapist. Worked as a standard physical therapist for 4 years and said, forget this. This is not what I want. The harder I work, he realized there was a ceiling there, and he went and opened up his own place. Fearless, went after it. And now he owns his 2 own places. Now he's putting out a lot of online content, a lot of mentorship for students like us. That's one of the reasons we found him. He has a course he's going to reference. He's going to tell you about this course he's got going. But really, he's a physical therapist that opened up his own place. And he's a success story through and through, right?
4-wall business, online business, marketing genius. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's a marketing genius. How about that? I'm sure there's very few people who are watching this that don't already know who Greg Todd is, and if you don't, welcome. You're gonna learn a little bit about him today.
Broken up music. We like this style.
It's kind of one of those things. It's like the duck. You see a duck in the water, right? The duck looks like it's cool, but the duck's freaking working hard under the water. Wow, working hard. That's how our place is. We look cool, but we're working hard. Okay, awesome, fantastic. All right, well, great to meet you, Tyler. I already know Jared. Yeah, and you guys look, nothing is off the table. You can throw everything at me. I ain't got nothing to hide, all right? Okay. So, well, Jared already knows what I'm about. So there's nothing. I'd hide nothing. I just say it like it is. You like it, you don't like it, whatever. So, cool? Cool.
Thank you, sir, yet again, Mr. Greg Todd. Awesome. So, we see you here in the famous Periscope room. That's world famous by now.
It's crazy.
We see we have the Deadpool. We got the Superman, Batman.
Yeah.
I think there's also, is it Tony Braxton that I see on the side? Wasn't there?
Oh, no, man. That's Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, okay.
Halle Berry.
Sorry.
It's Halle. It's Halle.
I should have known better through the cell phone Periscope view. I'm sorry. So just to, I'm sure everybody else is dying to know what else is in that room exactly.
There is, at the bottom from where Halle Berry is, there are all of the Florida teams, Florida Gators, University of Miami, and Florida State. I got a rep for everybody, but I am the U.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures of players that I've worked with. 2 of them have been number 1 in the world. 1 has been number 4, and 1 has been number 5 in the world. So 2 girls, 2 guys. There is 1 wall that's dedicated just to football. So replicas of Dan Marino and of when the Bucks won the Super Bowl. That was the first year I moved here to Tampa. The other wall is for the Miami Heat, 2006, 2012, 2011 NBA champions. And 1 wall is just for Bob Marley.
Whoa, that's a surprise.
Yeah, that was a curveball.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 1 wall is just for Bob. And there's actually I used to run quite a bit of marathons and 5Ks and 10Ks. So I have a replica of, I don't know, probably about 25 medals. And one of my patients made this thing that said, run like a Jamaican.
Yeah.
And it has all my medals on it. And then just the TV. And that's it.
Awesome. Recently I just heard you mention that you were of Jamaican ancestry. And I could tell, I don't know if I heard, there's in your voice a little faint accent of some kind of Caribbean. I don't know if,
Yeah. And I think it's actually worked in my favor, and I'll tell you guys why. If you don't mind, I'll just kind of give you a little bit of background on my story. So I moved to the United States when I was 3 months old. Right, my parents came here. My dad, my grandfather got, like, he was, I guess, one of those diplomat people or whatever, so it was very easy for him to come over here and help people with visas and all the other stuff. My dad came over here with him. My parents had been married, I don't know, about 2 or 3 years. So I was over here from 3 months. But I think one of the advantages that I had is that from the age of about 7 or 8 until 16, I went to Jamaica every single summer.
Whoa.
I think this is a massive advantage I have over everyone else. So it kept me grounded. Like, I know what third world is.
Yeah.
Like, I also have seen people that don't have what we consider the things that will make us happy in the form of material things, and they had nothing.
Yeah.
And I would come back, and I remember, because back then, Fort Lauderdale Airport they never went to Jamaica. It was Miami Airport that went to Jamaica, right? This is back in the day. So when I'd come back, like, when you're going to the airport from where I used to live in Pembroke Pines, like, when you're going to the airport, there's a lot of ghetto around it. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh my God, man, it's like brutal. It's like, really bad. I remember coming back after a month and being like, damn, this is nice. You know what I mean? Because you just have a different perspective. So it was great in that I got to grow up with white kids, black kids, Hispanic kids. I got to grow up with everybody. So I was well-rounded, and I think that shows in my ability to connect with people. But also, I had the ability I had the experience of being with a third world country for like 2 to 3 months a year. So it kept me grounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it kept me grounded. It made me realize, damn, we have it good in the U.S.
Yeah.
Really have it good. And I think a lot of people don't even know. They think things are hard. I'm like, I remember like coming off the plane in Jamaica. I kid you not, guys. I come off the plane in Jamaica, right? And we're going to my cousin's house. And by the way, my cousin and my uncle, like, they've been in politics. So when they were in power, like, they lived good. You know what I mean? They lived really good. But I remember, like, coming off the plane, going to their house and seeing, like, dudes running in the street naked. I'm like, what the heck? Because they're so poor. You know, they're just so poor. And so I really think that actually has worked in my favor, you know, that I've had enough experience and just seen enough things to realize that, you know, like, you have a really good opportunity here in the United States. You better go for it, man. You know, go for it. So.
And I've heard you mention that too before, and also how Gary Vee's the same way with that immigrant mentality of how you just have a greater appreciation for living in America.
Yeah.
And I know it's easy for me to forget.
I mean, it's a huge thing. You know, this is an amazing country. Let me tell you, I don't care who is president. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's Clinton. Let me tell you something. I ain't moving anywhere, dog. I'm staying right here. I'm doing my thing. I'm a hustle hard. And the more you hustle and the harder you push, you will get rewarded. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And so there's no other place that you have this opportunity, and it really is available to everyone.
And you can't let whoever gets elected deter you and stop you from being successful.
Bro, look, man, I've been winning for a long time. I've been winning. Look, I was in school. When I was in school, in PT school, 1997, Clinton was in power. Balanced Budget Act hit. Everybody said, get out of PT. It was Clinton's fault that we had this Balanced Budget Act, which basically took Medicare from unlimited cap to $1,900 a year, right?
Wow.
So everybody's like, oh my gosh, don't vote for Democrats. Then we had the opportunity to elect either Bush or Gore, right? And then Bush got elected. Like, I was winning then too. You know what I mean? Like, right? I mean, so, okay, then after Bush, then Obama got elected. They said we were going to start losing. I'm winning more. So it don't matter who's getting elected. If you believe one person has that much power over you, you're in a losing situation. Like, sorry. Because one thing I've learned is that in all situations, there's opportunity. So you guys have to understand, like there's many people that make millions, gajillions of dollars based off of terrible situations like war, right? Yeah. You got people that have made millions and gajillions of dollars based off of illnesses. Shoot, y'all are going to make lots of money based off of someone else's demise. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So let's keep it real here for a second. Like, someone else's demise is the reason why you're even in physical therapy. Like, it's never a good thing for people to come to your clinic. Like, oh man, let me go rip my ACL today playing soccer. Oh. That's a great idea. So I can go hang out with Jared and Tyler. Like, no, that's not how it works, guys. Okay, their demise is how you gain. So the thing is that with any president that's in power, there's going to be changes. There's going to be problems. You just have to figure out, what do you know that can create solutions?
Right on.
That's it. So.
Whew. So after that serious answer, you want to hit him up with the most important question of this whole podcast interview?
You talking about the top 5 rappers?
I think that's the only question that we can really get a full appreciation for the mind of Greg Todd and his personality.
Top 5 rappers
all time.
This is tough. Okay, I'm trying to think here now. Do I have to say them in order?
No.
Okay, okay. So I would say top 5. Okay, we're gonna have to put Snoop Dogg in there. I got to give some love to the West Coast. So Snoop's got to be in there. We're gonna have to put. I don't care what you think about the guy, but you got to put Kanye in there. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to have to put Biggie in there. We're going to have to put Eminem in there.
Yeah. Okay.
And then number 1 is Jay. I mean, like, it's not even close. Like, Jay-Z's number 1. It's not even close.
Okay.
If you have an argument for it, please tell me, and I'll tell you my argument back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That might be a whole nother podcast.
Right.
Fair enough.
Jay-Z, I didn't see that one. That's awesome. That's
Jay-Z,
cool.
for sure. And I just thought of those, but when you think about it, I'm thinking more longevity. Like, I could have put in here. Can we give some honorable mentions for a second?
Yeah.
Like, I could have put in Kendrick Lamar, but he hasn't been around long enough, like, for me to say, you know what, this guy's been in the game a long time. You asked rappers, you didn't ask groups, so I could have put Tribe Called Quest in there. I could have put Wu-Tang Clan in there, but you said rappers, and so to me, Jay has been around the longest, and has like come up with hits over and over. Jay-Z could be like your dad, bro. Like, seriously, he's just killing the game still.
Yeah.
So, and what he's been able to do, and even like he continues to morph and transform himself into this business, mogul. Yeah. And he still will come out with a track and just kill it. You know what I mean? And just kill it. Like, just remember, I still got it. Jay's the best.
And yeah, him and Big Daddy Kane came out around the same time, right? They're like the same
Yeah.
age.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, so back in my day, when I was in high school, Big Daddy Kane was killing it. So the thing about it is that you got to think Jay-Z's still killing it, right? And a lot of people, wait, how old are you guys?
25.
28.
Okay, so a lot of people your age don't even know Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but people know Jay-Z. You ask anybody and they know Jay. So you got to give him credit for longevity. And I'm going to throw this to a PT because there's always a lesson in everything, right? Okay. My thing is I've been a PT for 16 years now, right? What is so cool and why I think that my courses are really going nuts now is because as people are doing their research on me, they're like, it's kind of an interesting cat. He's got some passion or whatnot. You can go back, and because my track record is so solid, you can go back. You can see people saying stuff on my page. I can do a podcast with my first ever patient. The credibility's there from day one. You see what I mean? So to me, you got to give Jay that credit from him being there from day one and still going strong in the game. You know what I mean? Versus some guys, you know, they're there. Like right now, like Drake's good, but you know, it's just not the track record is not there yet. You know, he's been there for a while, but okay, let me see where you are 15 years from now. You still around? All right, you're going to be in the top 5. We're going to move somebody else.
You're steady Eddies.
Steady Eddies, man. Steady Eddies all day. You guys are listening. I like this.
Well, yeah. little morning Periscope routine. Any other icebreaking questions you got?
Yeah, so like one thing you mentioned earlier that you're a runner. What's one of your what distance do you like to run? You know, if you're gonna go out there, what running shoes are you running in these days? What do you like?
Okay. All right. So distance wise, the one that I love to run the most is the one that I struggle with the most. I love the marathon. But it's the one I'm the worst at. So let me back up. Now, the one I'm the best at is the one that I don't really care to run the most, because for me, it's always a matter of I'm trying to challenge myself. So my 5K best is 18:52.
Quit.
Okay. Now, if you take 18:52 and you were to transpose that, like if you go on like Runner's World calculators and all this other crap, you know, I should be able to run like a 3:20, 3:10 marathon. My best marathon is a 3:50. I have failed miserably in the marathon. And that's the one that in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I want to get back to it. Now, I haven't made that commitment yet because number one, I had a lot of health issues. And I think that part of it was me just running my body so hard of, you know, you guys see how much I have a heart for helping people. So before I was helping y'all, remember, I was pouring all that into my patients, you know what I mean? And into my staff. And with technology, I've just leveraged myself to be able to help lots of people. But I was running like hard, man. I was running like 50 miles a week as on average when I was, you know, when you're training for a marathon, you're just running so much. So now I'm running about 10 to 12 miles a week. You know, I use Brooks as my shoes, partially because I've had great results. I have like really flat feet. I've had great results with using Brooks, and it got me away from using orthotics. And I was able to train for all that volume of mileage with no problems. And then because of my my times that I was finishing in 5Ks and 10Ks locally, Brooks gave me like an amateur contract. Awesome. So I was able to get for 4 years, I got like all my gear for free from Brooks, as long as I wore their stuff out at races. Now I'm slow, so they canceled that contract.
Oh man,
I'm slow as a mofo now, so you know, but they canceled that. But it's okay, I can afford my shoes now, so it's all good.
You'll get back to it.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I do, you know, and I just I love to run, you know, like running for me is a great way for me to clear my head. Yeah. It's a great time, you know, just the type of life that I live with 4 kids, a wife, you know, 20 employees that I'm highly invested in, and now having, you know, 98 paid students and 1,300 mentorship people, and who knows how many other people that, I'm impacting,
Yeah.
I don't really get a lot of time for myself. And the only time that I really get for myself, honestly, is like when I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like my time to kind of just escape, just to put on some gangster rap and handle it, and just really just go into another zone.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
Put on some Jay-Z.
Exactly. Put on Jay. Put on whatever. That's what I look forward to. Like people are like, dude, how are you so committed to like exercise? Like, that's the only time I have for myself. Like, that's like my me time,
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. In my like my wife is probably not going to be cool with me going to like, hey, I want to go hang out at the bar with some friends and go watch the game. She's like, no, you're not. You got 4 kids. You stay your ass home. But when I'm going to go run, she like knows like he's going to go run. So it's my time for myself, and so I just enjoy it a lot.
Awesome. And that'll lead us to our next question. So I don't know if you're a morning runner or an evening runner, but do you have a daily morning routine besides the daily periscopes on the weekday that you follow consistently?
Yeah, I'll tell you my routine. My routine is wake up. As soon as I wake up, I look in the mirror, say 3 things that I'm grateful for. After that, I'll open up my iPhone and I read a devotional by Rick Warren called the Daily Purpose Devotional. If I feel like that devotional can help people on a personal standpoint, I'll actually post parts of it to my personal Facebook page. After that, if I feel like I'm not in a great zone yet, I'll go onto YouTube and I will listen to like something, whether it's one of those motivational videos by one of these motivational things that I've subscribed to. Most of the time, I'm already just saying those 3 things that I'm grateful for. I'm already in a great state, and I'll take my pre-workout. And by the time I have done all those things, I usually feel like there's something I want to talk about. And I go upstairs and I start in this room. I start whatever I want to talk about. Everything that I talk about, if you guys notice, I'll kind of tell you a little trick. Every single thing I talk about is based off of a story. So if I say, hey, I want to cover this today, I ask myself first, is there anything that I've ever experienced that makes me qualified to even talk about this? If the answer is no, I stay downstairs. If the answer is yes, I go upstairs and I hit broadcast.
Awesome.
And that's it. And that's the reason why, when many of you, like, when people say stuff about me, like usually passion comes up and real, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I'm telling you a story of my life.
Yes.
I'm not telling you on my theory on whatever, like I'm telling you a story about something I went through. You can't discredit it. You can't say anything about it because it's my damn story. It's that, that's it. Now, I'm hoping my goal is to help you with my pain or with trials that I've gone through. But you can't, I'm not giving you opinions. I'm giving you facts of my life. You know what I mean? And that's really it. So.
And just want to say again, sorry about that Cheddar's experience yesterday or the day before.
Oh.
I heard about that.
Yeah. No, but you know what? It's cool. Like I literally just came back from my office. I don't know if you guys saw, but came back from my office. Office was like, can you come in, take pictures with us for Halloween? I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I came in, and then I told them the same story I told you guys in the mastermind group. I told them the same story, and they were upset. They were upset that happened to me. And I was like, no, guys, there's a lesson in this. And I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. Went into my office, right? And the people don't know me. Remember now, it's not like it used to be. These patients they know me. When they see me, they're like, oh, he's the dude on the videos. Because remember, my patients get video, like, intro from me and stuff like that. But I don't see these people. So they just get to know me. But that's it. So anyways, I went in, and this lady's like, oh. And, one of my therapists said, that lady over there, I'm not going to say her name, but she wants to talk to you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went up to her and she hugged me and she's like, I just want to tell you, like, you must be an amazing person because you have the most amazing staff.
Wow.
Like they love each other and they take such good care of me. And it doesn't matter who's working with me. Everybody takes good care of me. And I use that story of showing them, yes, that's what happened to me at Cheddar's. The opposite happened where they didn't work together. They didn't have systems in place. Nobody had the other person's back. Mm-hmm. And look at the disaster that it created. And on the flip side, look at what this lady just said about you guys. And then there was 3 other patients that gave like the clinic cards today, because patients just bring in stuff. It's Halloween. They bring in stuff and they're like, and every single person, thank you so much for answering my questions. Thank you so much for the team, the teamwork, the environment, the experience, the teamwork, the environment, the experience. And you just hear that all the time. 75 5-star reviews, teamwork, environment, experience, answer questions, teamwork. Nothing about no damn MOB.
Yeah.
Nothing about no TKE. Nothing about no PRE. It's that.
Alter G?
No Alter G, bro. No Alter G.
No.
And I got mad love for you, Alter G. Sorry. I got love for you, man. Do your thing. Do whatever you got to do. But in my place, they don't need that, man. What people want is people want to feel needed. People want answers to their questions. People want to know that you got their back. And if you do that, you win all day long.
Yeah. That's something that, you speak to a lot, and I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't quite understand. It's not the product so much.
And look, the thing is this, guys. The thing is this. You guys are still in school, right? Okay. Like, the product and the service of physical therapy is dope. It's dope. The problem is that if everybody's telling you that that's all that matters, then you feel as though you're not qualified being an entry-level physical therapist to deliver a quality product. Mm-hmm. I'm here telling you that that's not the only thing that matters. That's the reason why I believe that you can do whatever you want to do if you figure out the other things. But I can tell you right now, I've seen some of the best clinical physical therapists in the country lose their job. I've seen some of the best clinical physical therapists, and I'm talking people I've learned off of. All right, now y'all see on my wall, like, it's not like I'm working with any slouches here, y'all. Okay, so I'm talking to people I learned from. I've seen that their clinics shut down left and right because they didn't understand these things. They wanted to put on people the stuff that you invested in, and you feel like people should give you that back. It's kind of like you dating a chick, right? And she wants, like, what she wants is time, but all you're trying to do is make a bunch of coin, and you spend no time with her. Like if she doesn't want money, then, like, yo, it doesn't matter. She wants your time, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that's what she wants. So if you're not listening to what she wants, who cares what you get? She's gone, bro.
Yeah.
She's out. And I think we don't understand that as a profession. And that's why I realize we have to have a movement, because all you're hearing in groups is people arguing about, oh, man, this is not right. Oh, man, you should do this. You guys, we're focusing on the wrong things. People don't care about that anyway. As an entry-level new grad, you are good enough to absolutely murder it in having your own place. You are, but the industry doesn't tell you that.
No.
But the industry's losing. They're losing all over the place. And here I am over in Tampa Bay, and I'm just winning big. Uh-huh. How the hell? Like, I might know something. So that's why I'm just like, people got to understand that. Just because it's important to you doesn't mean it's important to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So many things from that.
Yeah.
That we can go off on.
Yeah. I kind of want to run into the millennials thing. So, you do a great job of explaining all the potential that we have coming up. But I think just kind of like your marathon thing, you got to focus on the things that you have difficulties with. What's some of the things that, these people coming up, the younger crowd, have, difficulties with, struggling with?
I think number one is just you've been through school for 3.5 years and you've been told something that is not true. So I have to. So basically, here I'm going to give y'all another little insider. I've never said this on any podcast or anything like that interview, but I only hire. Like, there's only 2 types of people that can get hired at my place. Actually, 3. Okay, if you're a PT, the only way you can get hired is if you've worked for me already, because the whole thing is that all of my techs are either currently PT students or they're PTA students, but they have to be in a program that allows them to do the flex program. Let me explain why. The reason why is because I know that you guys are learning so much bullshit that I have to have you in my grasp to keep you on the real. I need you to be in real life situation, because you're learning this and that. And that's why I'm not here to, the last thing I need to do is, you guys notice I don't go in these groups and I'm not judging y'all. I'm not giving you a hard time and throwing shade on people, but I'm hopefully just over my message. People are just like, gosh, it kind of makes sense, but basically for me, for my clinic, for my business, I'm only hiring people that I've had like influence over, right? So I'm not dealing with that stuff. So I had a tech at my office, tech for nearly 8 years, y'all. Nearly 8 years. She's been with me since 2008. She had some issues passing her board exam. She started in May. Guys, I've hardly even been at the clinic. She started, new grad, destroying it. I'm talking destroying it, like beating my records. We're up 41% this year with a new grad, brand new grad, first day, because she already knew what was important. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm telling you a new grad could do it, like I have a new grad running my busiest office, and she's got all these employees that she's been able to lead. Mm-hmm. First day. You see what I'm saying? So that's the big issue that you guys are having right now. You don't have nobody telling you, yo, this stuff is like, yeah, you got to learn the basics. You got to learn the things to pass your exam. But a lot of this stuff, like, that's not what you need to learn, all the other stuff in order to make yourself marketable. That's the biggest issue I'm seeing. Now, with that said, it's easier for me to train someone that's in school right now and get their head out of their ass than it is for me to train someone that's 16, 20, 22 years out. So, a lot of people say, yo, G, don't work with those people because they ain't got money. I'm like, look, honestly, I don't need their money. I was like, I don't really need their money. And I can do it slow. Like I can have a slow ramp up, because I really, in my heart, I hope you guys see in my heart, I want to change the profession. Like I want to change it. That's why, like, yeah, I'm going to CSM, but I'll do my little speech, whatever. And I ain't going to I got to pay for it, but I ain't going to no things. I'm going to go talk to y'all. I'm going to go spit some fire and help encourage y'all. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going. That's why I'm taking time out of my schedule to go. That's really the main thing, man. The main thing is you're just being taught wrong on the things that are important besides clinical. The clinical stuff is good in school. It's good. Okay, it's good and you need that. But there's so much more to this that makes you successful.
Awesome. We'll be there at CSM. We'll buy you a lunch or something, man.
Well, then we got to ball out then.
Yeah, we are.
Ball out.
That's an hour drive from where we are. We're good.
Awesome. Hey, I got to tell you, a company actually hit me up, said, yo, they're like, we know the following you have with kids, with the students. Do you want us to rent you out a hall if you will say that the event is sponsored by? I'm like, rent out a hall. If you're going to rent out a hall, that's fine, but I need a DJ. Like, if we're going to do that, I need a DJ, dog. I was like, I want like strobe lights. I want everything. Like, we ain't just going to talk. Yeah. It's like, so if y'all want to put up for a DJ, you want to make it happen. I was like, APT will probably kick my ass out. I don't care. We will ball out.
That's right.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys tuned in.
I'm down. I think that's a great lead into another question that we had about some advice that students in PT school can have right now. So 3 things that you would say PT students in school right now who would dream of owning a business one day, what are 3 things that they should be doing right now to ensure that happens?
Okay, so right now they need to start to learn the actual business of physical therapy. The business. If you have desire to have a business, there's no correlation with what you're going to learn clinically and it translating to business. So you can learn business at the age of 11, you can learn it at the age of 15, 18. I'm teaching some people that are 60. Okay, right? Business that have had practices and they're falling apart, and I'm teaching them business now. So I would say number 1 is you got to learn business. Number 2 is you're going to have to learn how to market. You're going to have to learn how to market. And then number 3 is you're going to have to learn customer service. You're going to have to learn customer service. And between number 2 and 3, I'm just going to add like a 2A or a 3A or whatever. Like, you have to start thinking of the type of person that you want to be able to serve. Like, the type of person that you're like, I want to be able to serve this person beyond formal physical therapy. Because I think one of the big things why most people are losing today is that they're only serving people via insurance, but you have no control over that. Mm-hmm. Insurance is only getting less and less and less. So you got to decide, who is it that I want to serve? Like, who do I want to serve for like 4 years? Like, who's that person? You know what I mean? Is it the 55-year-old dude, that likes to play golf and, typically has back pain? Is it the 45-year-old lady who's trying to, basically feel like a hot mom? Like, who is it that you want to serve? Is it the 30-year-old person that's like trying to get ready for their first mud run or whatever? Like, is it the CrossFitter? Is it the runner? Like, who is it that you want to serve? And then you could start saying, okay, how am I going to serve this person beyond formal physical therapy? Most people, they haven't even thought of any of these things. They don't understand the business of physical therapy. So they come out of school and they're justifying, I want this money because of the debt that I have. Like, what the F? Like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't, it's the same goddamn degree as it's the same licensure. Like, it's the same licensure as what I got 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. So just because school's more, like, it doesn't make sense. But it's because we don't understand. It's just lack of understanding, and that's really it. So.
And man, that whole debt mindset of as soon as I get that license, I got to go take the highest paying job. I know you talked about that a lot already. That's really hurting us, right?
It's a total suicide of your career. It's a suicide of your career because it's just a short-term thinking. And that's all it is, guys. It's a short-term thinking. It's, okay, I'm in debt. I need to take a job that basically pays me the most, or gives me the best benefits, or allows me to work the least. It's just, and if I can get all 3 of those, even if the job is total garbage, I'm going there. It's the worst possible thing you could do for your career. It's telling you, like, I'm not in a long-term game. I don't care about helping people. Like, then why did you even do it? Like, why did you even do this? Instead, think of, who do you want to serve? Who could you serve and like hardly even get paid for? Right? So now your passion can show. And think about it. I've separated myself from the entire industry just because I have more passion than everybody else. Right? It's because I've been serving the people that I want to serve for years. So I actually like physical therapy. Like, I actually like it. Like, I love it, right? This profession has given me so much blessings and joy and relationships and just so many amazing things. It's just because I'm working where I want to work. I'm working in my space. And it's just such a short-sighted, it's just a short-term thinking, such a short-sighted thinking. And the truth of the matter is that, how do you guys even know? If your professors and if your CIs are short-sighted like that too, like, how do you even know? Like, you don't even know. That's why it's like, at this point, I can't even turn back now. Like, I can't. I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice at this point because there's nobody else that even knows.
Yeah.
Because they've done short-sighted their whole career. And I got to tell you guys this. Short-sighted actually was fine before. You could do short-sighted, you could do long. It didn't matter before. It didn't matter before. I mean, you guys already know the story with me. I made $39,500 my first job. I made that for a year and a half. I got a raise, got to $39,800. Wow, it's awesome. It's freaking awesome.
Thanks.
Right? I mean, I got a raise, $39,800. But the truth of the matter is that it wasn't that big of a deal because it didn't cost me no more than $10,000 to become a physical therapist. But today, if it's costing you $100, $150, $220, like whatever it is, bro, you have the urgency of coin on you. Now you got to make stupid decisions. That's why people become strippers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not they want to be a stripper. It's like they got to make money, and it makes stupid decisions. And so I'm trying to show y'all that you could get all that taken care of. You just got to look at it a different way.
Yeah.
So it's not the same. It's just different eras, man. It's different.
Let's see. I wanna ask about some of the customer service. So what are some of the strategies you use with customer service to keep people happy? Do you listen 360? If something goes wrong, what are some of the things that you can ensure that you're providing what you need?
I think number one is I've trained my physical therapist to do an amazing evaluation. Okay? An amazing evaluation. An amazing evaluation has very little to do with objective examination. Okay? So I'm training people, I'm educating people from day one on what truly separates us as physical therapists. Okay? And so my patients are leaving with a win before they even leave our office. And we've educated them on what's truly going on with them. And we know that that's a huge separator from everybody else because, again, our profession for the most part values technical skills. And we feel like, okay, well, look how much documentation y'all go over in school, like smart, measurable goals, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, well, guess what? Nobody gives a shit about that, guys.
What?
Yes.
What?
Okay, so my therapists are trained to do amazing evaluations. They're educating the patients, they're listening to the patients, they're intently focused on the patient. They're also giving the patient ways for them to communicate with them outside of physical therapy through our technology platforms. We then give all of our people get put into an automated email campaign that's being dripped to them over the time that they're there, which is thanking them, telling them how much of a blessing they are to us, blah, 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 all those different types of things. If they have any issues, any questions, they have a text message service that they can text us at any time. Our customer service is on point. So that right there is because, again, we know what our value is. Our value is our ability to answer people's questions and our ability to answer their questions when they want their questions answered, right? So that's the customer service, feature that we have. And then number two is like we have an amazing experience. Like that, what you guys see on Periscope in the morning, that's my office. Like that's how we roll at the office. Like we've got TVs, we've got Apple TV, we've got a full surround sound system, we got Biggie going on, we got Tupac, we got, man, all my little old patients, my little white patients, my little Hispanic, Abuela over here. Oh man, they love it, man. Then when they come in, we start doing the sauce, man. We start just jamming, That's how we do. And we make it to where you forget your pain. Yeah. You forget it, man. You actually want to come. Like you want to come to our office. You're dying to come to our office because we make you feel so good. And see, the other thing about it is that a lot of times people don't understand this. People don't understand. I've had patients tell me that what you didn't know when I was coming to your office is I was actually in an abusive relationship.
Whoa.
Like I was actually in an abusive relationship. And that hour that I was there was my out. That was my out. This is the reason why, when a lot of therapists are like, when patients are like, oh, I want to stay, and therapists roll their eyes like, oh God. Like you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what people are going through. I think the average physical therapist EQ is so low, they just have no concept of life. They have no concept of life. They have no concept of what people are going. When someone let me tell you something, you guys. When somebody tells you they got 10 out of 10 pain, that's telling you something.
Yeah.
If you roll your eyes at them, that shows your lack of EQ. You got no EQ. When somebody's telling you they got 10 out of 10 pain, something's going on. I'm not saying they have 10 out of 10 pain physically, but they might have 6 out of 10 pain physically. They might have 3 out of 10 pain mentally, and they might have 1 out of 10 pain emotionally. That's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That's very.
They don't.
You see what I'm saying, y'all?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. See, people don't get that. Right? Like you got to get down to the root of this, man.
Yeah.
You got to get down to the root of the problem.
Yes.
A lot of the root of the problem. But see, we're so limited. Because what they train you in school?
Objective.
Yeah.
Objective.
Yeah.
Objective.
And 10 out of 10 would be a flag, and that's that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 out of 10. They're faking it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man, something's wrong with this person.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can treat them good and they can open up.
Man, that. whew, that whole mindset shift and when you mentioned flex program, I don't know, we're also in a flex program here. And
y'all should be working for me. Shit.
I wish.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to open up another office in Austin?
I don't know. We might have to figure it out. I'm gonna get one of my students. I got one of my students in my course called Jared Carter. Dude's a beast, and he's kind of got his So he's got some clinics there. Maybe I'll hook y'all up with him or something. We'll try to figure that out.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man, he's a cool cat. Met him this weekend. Well, last weekend when I was in Vegas, he came to my talk and he just loved my stuff. So now we're working together a little bit, trying to help him with his stuff and take him to the next level.
Awesome.
But you know, that's the thing, man. It's just like it's a lot of things that people just don't really get, man. They just don't understand. And they're just so limited. They're so limited in their thinking. And so that's why I say, man, it's like life is so much more than just learning these objective, tools and stuff like that. And as a physical therapist, you have the most amount of time to spend with your patients versus any other medical provider. Okay. Now, it might not be as much time as you want, but it's still more time than everybody else. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you're not even asking the questions. If you don't even have the wherewithal to even say, hey, something might be going on here. Let me just see. I'm not asking. I'm not trying to be nosy in their situation, but let me make them feel comfortable. Let me let them laugh. Let me give them a dap. You know what I mean? Let me give them some music. Let me ask them if they like this music. Let me do something so that they can get more comfortable and they can open up to me. My patients that gave me that basically threw the most shade at me when they first started, because of my patience with them, are usually the patients that end up being my longest term, lifelong friends. So because I actually gave a ish long enough to actually get to know them and to get to whatever their problem is and help them through my therapy, my physical therapy and the emotional therapy that they got through the experience that they experienced with myself and my staff, that they appreciated it so much. That's how you get to 75 5-star reviews, guys. That's how you do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, and everything you say from the periscopes, from the podcast, from this talk, you're always preaching that this is the future, this way, with reimbursement rates getting lower, with the prominence of more cash PT, with the do-it-yourself nature of web services now, and you mentioning telehealth a lot. If you're not a Greg Todd, if you don't have a Greg Todd mentality, you will fail in this.
You don't have a chance in hell,
right?
I mean, you don't have a chance in hell. You don't. Unless, here's a small little subset that does have a chance. Okay, here, ready? Let me make this clear. I want you guys to get this podcast out to every single physical therapy student that you know. Okay? Here's the people that should be doing this profession if you don't have the Greg Todd mentality. All right. You have this desire. You're 18 years old. You're 19 years old. You're like, I just have this desire to work for the VA. Okay? I have this desire to work for the VA. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fantastic. You're going to help a lot of people. And currently, as we speak, the VA has a loan forgiveness program where after 10 years, you can basically pay your minimum amount and then they'll forgive your loan. Okay? If you have a desire to work for the VA, and you have that desire and that's your passion is just to work for the VA, and you know you're going to get in. That's a hard place to get in, by the way. And you know you're going to get in. You know you're getting into the VA and you're going to work there because that's your dream. Like, your dream is not to have a practice. Your dream is to work for the VA. Right? And if you're going to want to work there for the rest of your life anyways. So that's not a big deal. But if your dream is to work in acute, your dream is to work for a place that does not have a loan forgiveness program, your dream is to have an outpatient place, you will not win if you don't have my mentality. Like, you're not going to win. So you guys realize the channel that I spend the most amount of time on is YouTube. You guys amount why I do spend the most amount of time on YouTube?
Why is that?
The reason why I spend the most amount of time on YouTube is because the YouTube demographic is people considering the physical therapy profession. Yeah.
They're looking. They want to. Yeah.
Get it? Are they going to pay me any money, guys? No. So who cares about the profession the most?
The guy putting it out for free.
Exactly. I'm putting it out for free, but I'm also hitting people that are considering the physical therapy profession. And I'm trying to get them away from it. And I'm trying to get the right person towards it. So let me give you an idea of my week. My week is on Fridays. I have my Gmail stuff set up where my assistant goes through my emails, blah, 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 blah. I usually get anywhere between 35 to 60 emails from comments on YouTube videos. Because right now on YouTube, we have the number 1, number 4, number 7, number 12, I think number 15 video when you put in physical therapist search. When you put in, should you be a physical therapist on Google, 7.9 million entries come up. We're the first on the second page.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is just through hard work. Okay. Through hard work. But what's happening is that should you be a physical therapist? That's what people all across the United States are asking themselves between the ages of 16 and 20. Why are they even thinking of that? Because they're going to Forbes magazine that says physical therapist, top job, 2020 to 2026. Physical therapist, top job. Wow, this sounds like a pretty cool gig. Oh man, and it's like definite work. Perfect. Then they're saying, you know what? Think about it. 18 to 24. Like, if you want to know more, what do? Like, you go on YouTube, right? So you go and you put in a search. Should you be a physical therapist? Who comes up? GT. And I tell them, should you be a physical therapist? Then I give them the video. They see the video. Then they can go to my channel and they can see me talk about my life as a physical therapist. Is this for you or is this not for you? You guys see what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. So I get a lot of people every week that send me emails through a reply on a YouTube, or they send it to me privately and say, Mr. Todd, I just want to thank you so much because I was trying to get into this profession because I wanted a stable job and I realized that it's a lot of hard work and I'm going to do something else and I want to thank you.
Wow.
I also get people that say, Mr. Todd, I've had this entrepreneurial spirit and I see that you made it in PT and I want to go for it now. So I already know I'm making the biggest impact on the profession today.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I already know. It's not even close. Yeah. It's not even close because I am like, this is a profession that's sinking because people aren't educated going into it. Now you got y'all that are in it, right? Now, I don't know if you guys have entrepreneurial spirit or not. I'm trying to tell you, it really doesn't matter. You got to do this shit the way I do. Okay? Yeah. It doesn't matter if you did or not. You're already in it. It's kind of like, you made a bad decision on the marriage. Well, you got to kind of ride it out. Or you're going to have a lot of alimony to pay. Okay?
That's what oh, man.
I mean, you can get divorced, but it's going to be really expensive and it's going to be a nightmare. So let's see if we can work this out now. Okay? So I'm trying to show you, all right, well, this is what we're going to do. Because truthfully, guys, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not a natural entrepreneur. I'm just someone that realized that the way they're doing it is whack. Like I realized pretty early, at least I had enough wisdom to realize that there is no upward progression in this thing. And I'm not going to get rewarded, at least 4 years into it, I realized I'm not going to get rewarded clinically. Like for me becoming a better clinician, there's no financial reward. Yeah. So I gotten my OCS, I got my CSCS, and there was nowhere to go. Like the only way you were going to make more money in a corporate setting is if you became a regional director and it's just going into management. But that's not what what I wanted to do. Yeah. I wanted to help people. There was nowhere to go. And that's why I was like, I have to have my own place. I don't have a choice. So truthfully, I'm not an entrepreneur at heart, but I can train anyone to be an entrepreneur. That's where Gary Vee and I have a little bit of a disagreement with that. Yeah. He believes that he's super talented and there's only certain people that are talented. I say BS to that. I believe if you want it bad enough, you can do anything you want to do. I truly believe that. And I believe that there are outgoing type A, entrepreneurs. There's also Mark Zuckerberg, who the dude can really hold a conversation. You know what I mean? But the dude's impacting gajillions of people. And there's Elon Musk. Like there's so many different people, so many different personalities. You can make it happen. I just believe that you have to understand problems and you have to be self-aware enough to say, hey, I think I can create a solution to that problem.
Yeah, it's great point.
Yeah,
man,
for sure.
I know, and we actually had a little bit of this convo Charlie Weingroff about the challenges of recognizing when you have a mediocre mindset and how to be more self-aware and how to overcome that, right?
Right.
And I know just for speaking on from our perspective, it's very hard to find. It was very hard to find people like you. Well, you were the only person doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like, where's the first time? Was it on Periscope that I first figured out who Greg Todd was? I don't know if it was. It must have been Periscope, because if you're a PT student, you really have to go out of your way, or at least before you were big on the scene, to go on Twitter to find the get PT first hashtags, to find who's doing a cash based. What is this cash based practice? What does that mean?
It's
Right.
still you still have to go find. I mean, it wasn't for you. I don't know if I would ever. I was thinking about these things. I mean, so I have a background in personal training, and I was always thinking about how PTs just don't know how to hustle. They just don't know how to go and hustle. And I even had that mindset going into it, and I didn't find it. You found it, So it's just, I don't know. It's crazy that it's not more in our face,
Right. So, like, if I see someone that's a personal trainer, I'm hiring them.
Yeah.
You see, like, here, let me tell you. Okay, and I hate to be a jerk about it, but I get tons of, again, people want to work for you, but they don't. Like, it's kind of one of those things. It's like the duck. You see a duck in the water, right? The duck looks like it's cool, but the duck's freaking working hard under the water. Wow, working hard. That's how our place is. We look cool, but we're working hard, right? The people that are working for me are personal trainers. They were personal trainers before they became a PT. They were in retail.
Yeah.
They were working at a restaurant. They know how to handle their business. That's a person that's working for me. I don't want nobody else working for me. I don't give a shit what you learn in PT school, because most of it's garbage. Okay, all right. Like, let's take that. We're gonna take about the 18 things. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna package it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put it into our systems, and you're gonna handle your business here. Okay, and so, that's a thing. A lot of people don't understand the hustle. Like, they don't understand it. The funny thing about it is this, though. I gotta tell y'all this. 3.5 years of PT school for me. Okay? 3.5 years. I really can't say that the amount of work that I put in PT school was any different than the amount of work it took me to build my business. I don't even think, I think people just don't value learning these things. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't value it. So people are like, yeah, but what you did, you're here, I got this one the other day. Greg, let's face it, you're a physical therapy prodigy. What the fuck is that? Like, what the hell is that? What's a physical therapy prodigy? What is that? Like, what are you even talking about? Like, seriously, you just don't value learning the practical stuff on how to relate to people. If you don't value customer service because you've been trained that you doing like 85 million CEUs is going to take you to the next level. Okay. All right. You go tell Aetna, you go tell Cigna that I did 85 CEUs. Can I get a different rate? Yeah, okay. All right. Whatever. All right. Next question. You know what I mean?
Magoni measurements, though.
Yeah, nah, man. I mean, and it's, look, as I said, those things, there's still, there's validity to it. You just got to understand that we live in a different era now. People got big responsibilities with co-pays, co-insurances, deductibles, man. People want to get a great experience, and they want their questions answered, and they want a transformation. That's it. They want a transformation. If you understand that, you're game. You're cool. If you don't understand that, you're going to lose. Man. That's it. I just wish schools, I'm going to tell y'all this straight up. And this is going to sound like a plug, and maybe it is, but it's just the straight up truth. If schools put my goddamn course in their program, my course is $800. One credit is about $750. If they put that one thing in that course where I teach all of the steps that you need to be able to basically dominate in your field. If they just did that one thing, all of our problems are solved. I'm done. Or, you know what? Here's another option. Make one of the professors take my course and learn it. Just one person from every single school, one professor. Let them take my course, because y'all, you do realize I have high school students in my course.
I heard about that. That is crazy.
Okay, I got high school students in my course. So just let one professor take my course for 8 weeks and learn everything. I don't just teach you marketing. I teach you billing. I teach you collections. I teach you every single thing. Everything you need to know. I teach you online wellness. I teach you all of it. How to market on Snapchat, how to market on Facebook, how to do Facebook ads. I teach you how to do all of it. Everything. That's why of the 27 people I had on my course, 27 want to do a personal video testimonial.
Heard about that.
27 for 27, y'all. That never happens. Why? Because I give you everything, right? If one professor from every school did this, the whole PT game would change. That's it. And once one professor, you know what? If one professor did it from every school, I'd actually say, you know what? I'm going to give you half. I'm going to give you half off, just because I know you could influence 60 people with that information. But they won't do it. They won't do it.
Why is that? Why do you think they won't do it?
Because they're stuck in their ways. Because they don't even know. They're so distant from the pain that you guys are feeling after school. They don't feel the pain. You're in your world. If you're in La La Land, right? You're in La La Land. And in La La Land, there's no pain. In La La Land, you don't have to worry about your debt yet. In La La Land, you don't even know what the hell, like, you don't have to deal with insurance. Mm-hmm. In La La Land, you don't deal with any of those things. They're playing in La La Land. That's it. They're playing in La La Land. So what if you're out of school a year, 2 years out of school, and you're like, yo, man, what I learned was whack. Like it's not helping me. Well, guess what? You're done. You're done. And let's face it, college on a whole, university on a whole, is slow to the punch.
Yeah.
It's just slow to the punch. I mean, that's just university on a whole. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? So the whole thing is that, I just feel like they don't necessarily have your best intentions at heart. I'm not trying to create no crusade and have y'all go kill professor or anything like that. That's just, I got love for them, man. I got love for them. But
I mean,
they don't even have, I personally don't think they're that wicked. I just think they don't have any concept of what the real world is. I personally think professors should have to work in the real world. I truly think, that professors, part of their job should be that they have to work like 10 hours a month in the real world so they can relate. Yeah. Like they can relate. The minute I stop, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you one more thing. The minute I stop going to my clinic, I'm opening myself up for a problem. Because that means I'm not really relatable anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So I gotta be in the game. I have to be in the game. I have to. Yeah. I think professors, they're just so far from the game. They're in a different world. They're just in a different world. And that's why the conversation is so different in these little groups, these little DPT groups. So the conversation is different because it's all based on clinical, and we're fighting over the wrong things. I always say this. There's effectiveness and then there's efficiency. Okay? Efficiency is actually like doing things right? Like I can become an efficient runner, and I can go from a 9-minute per mile runner to a 6-minute per mile runner if I learn how to become more efficient, right? My turnover is better, my cardiovascular system gets better, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, okay? But if I'm trying to win a powerlifting contest, I'm actually doing the wrong thing. Like running more is not gonna help me. That's called effectiveness. That means you're actually doing the wrong thing. So basically in school, a lot of it is the wrong thing to real world physical therapy. But if professors don't even know, if they don't even know that this is how it is, they don't even realize that doctors aren't sending to physical therapists anymore because doctors are struggling. And when they were sending to physical therapists, a lot of times the physical therapist was getting them better. So that actually worked against the doctor because the patient wasn't going back to the doctor. So the doctor's like, yo, I can't send in a physical. So physical therapists are thinking, yo, we got to get them better. We got to get them better quicker. Outcomes. Yeah, but that actually worked against you because the doctor's like, yo, I'm not getting that patient back. You're costing me money. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know that this world exists. Why? Because they're in a world called La La Land. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Right. Yeah.
Keeping it real, man. I'm
Thank
telling you the truth. And you want to know what's so cool? Let me tell you what's so cool. You want to know why I can do this? I can do this because no one promoted me. I can do this because I'm not affiliated with any groups. I don't have to watch what I say.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. This one might. Oh shoot. No. Nope. I got no deals, y'all. I got no deals.
That's
no
awesome.
deals. GT sponsors himself.
Yeah. And Brooks.
I lost it because I'm slow.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
I lost it because I'm slow now. I'm slow, so I'm really just sponsoring myself.
These
That's
are
it.
own pair of shoes right there.
Yeah,
the GT shoes.
come out with the
coming out.
GTs.
We might have.
But man, just hearing, because all this is true. I mean, I'm sure it resonates with me as much as you. Hard, right?
Yeah.
When we think about all the BS classes that we had to take, that we didn't put any effort in, that was just like, all right, Quizlet, give me my grade. And when we think about that compared to one Greg Todd marketing class that we could have had,
Yeah.
you know, instead of a bullshit wellness class that we would have been excited about, that we would have had Greg Todd technology, seeing his face, because man, I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Like I literally, Jared, you haven't seen. Okay, you've seen my mastermind course. I just started that.
yeah,
Okay, I just started that. That course has like 48 lessons in it already. Y'all, I'm learning at such a high clip. I'm learning at such a high clip because I'm my own competition. Okay? So I'm learning at the clip of what the top internet marketers are learning because I'm mentored by the top internet marketers in the game. And I'm like their number 1, number 2, number 3 students because I learn at such a high clip. And I'm sharing all that with my mastermind. Okay, let's take mastermind out just for a second. Let's go to Smart Success PT. Smart Success PT teaches you everything that you need to know. My students in Smart Success PT, I've got, I don't know, I probably have like 15 DPT students in it, and then a lot of first year to like 5 year. And then I have like maybe 6, 8 years to like 10, and then 15 plus, probably about 8 of them, right? Okay, all right. My DPT students took Smart Success PT. Hear me out, y'all. My DPT students, remember I said I got about 15 of them, right? Okay, in Smart Success PT. 8 of them are going to be opening up their own practice day 1. Why? So what happened in the 8 weeks from them? They learned everything that they had fear on. If you have fear on it, it's because you don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
They learned it all. They learned it all.
Mm-hmm.
I took it a step further though, y'all. I took it a step further. When you finish my course, with all the relationships I have, I basically have it where we just gotta sign a little agreement, and you're gonna have everything for your practice. Everything. I've made deals with companies. I've made deals because I know. I've built 2 of them. So I made deals with all the companies that I've worked with, that I've had good relationships because I haven't dicked people over the 16 years I've done business right. I've made relationships, not just with my patients, not just with my employees, but with my vendors, with my business people. So they trust me. So I told them, if these people get through my course, I want you to give them the resources to get all the equipment to open up their place. I want you to give them the resources to get the documentation put into place. And they know, in order to work with me, you got to give it to my students. So my students are ready. They're ready. But I mean, it's like we could change this whole thing. And you know what? Not everybody has to have a 4-wall clinic now. We live in a different world. We live in an online world. I mean, look at me. I have an online business that in like 10 months, I'm basically nearly making a month what I make as a physical therapist. That owns like my base salary. Like they're matching up. I was able to do that in 9 months. It's a different world. It's an online game. So you can have an online business, you can have a 4-wall business, or you can have both.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a totally different world. And how the hell are you ever going to learn this if they're not teaching you this in school?
Yeah.
You know, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So, you know, I mean, I speak at a couple schools here and there, you know, and I only speak at schools based on if it works around our vacation to do it at the same time, if I'm in the same city or something like that. But look, I don't have any desire to go from school to school to school to school. Like I'm not trying to, I have 4 kids, I got a wife. I got no desire to do that, right?
Yeah.
But what they could do is they could buy my course and they could put it in there and they could impact tons of people. But, you know, it's going to take, like, it's a lot of built up, like, this is what they find valuable. And I also do think that there's some fear as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's some fear as well. I think there's some fear on their ends as well. And I just think at the end of the day, it's just a scarcity mindset,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
That's really it. It's a scarcity mindset, man. You got to get rid of that.
One of my favorite original GT quotes from you, from I think in the early, when I was just finding out about you, one of your early Periscopes, was that just when I heard it, I was like, oh shit. You know, it was the PT schools, they don't teach you marketing, but they sure as hell know how to market to you.
Oh,
And
all day.
That just hit me so hard. And I was like, they got me.
All day. I mean, yo, schools get it. It's a freaking racket, yo. It's a racket. Like, they get it. They understand it, but they don't want to teach you marketing. Come on. Now, I understand that those people that are doing the Facebook ads for schools aren't the physical therapy professors. But at the end of the day, man, it's just such a shame. Like, I can't outspend Facebook ads. Like, you can't outspend it if you think about it. Okay, I'm going to give you all this. Jared, you never saw this because this was the last thing that I did. This was week 8 of Smart Success, the final week. I did this thing showing my students the difference between my online business versus a physical business, right? Okay?
Okay.
Broke it down for them, boom, 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 and I showed them, and they understood, oh my gosh, you can't outspend Facebook ads. I have probably one of the most successful, like, private practices from a profit margin, just how my clinic is set up. Remember, everything's team-based. We leverage ridiculous. You know, we have so many of our clients that are going into other programs beyond formal physical therapy, have all these different things. Okay, cool. So I'm making about, for every dollar I invest in my company, I'm making about $1.20, about a 20% profit margin. It's good. That's like really good. Okay. That's really good for a 4-wall business. Guys, for every dollar I invest in my online business, I'm making about 5.
Ooh. Ooh.
I want you guys to just sit on that one for about.
Let's we do the math real
seconds.
quick. Let's do
Yeah.
do the math.
Okay, so if you think about it, here's the thing, y'all. Like, my budget, I don't have to get into it, but again, I just keep it real 100. All right, fine. I spend about $2,000 a month on my online business. About $2,000 a month. I got a lot of people working for me. I have some full-time people working for me. Yada, yada, yada. I have my online platform. You see how it is, Jerry. You see the inside of it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. I spend about $2,000 a month. Okay. Figure it out. Y'all can figure it out from there. Okay. All right. I'm doing okay. All right. So what I'm trying to say is this: you don't even have to spend $2,000 a month. You can spend $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
You can spend $500 a month. Y'all, I spend $80,000 a month on my clinics.
Dang.
$80,000 a month. Tomorrow is the first of the month, right? This is where y'all cueing both thugs right here. All right. So tomorrow. So tomorrow's the first of the month. When tomorrow hits, okay? When tomorrow hits, like, I just when I was at the office, I gave my office manager all the bills. From the 1st of the month to the 7th, I will have to come up with about $46,000.
That's so much money.
Are you hearing?
Did it sound like you said 46,000? Was that what?
I said $46,000. You'll see in my Quicken account, you're going to see it says $46,000 to get to by November 8th. Okay? That's normal. Like, that's just not my clinic, okay? That's many clinics. But in my online business, it takes me nothing, like hardly anything. And why are they not teaching you guys that? So again, we think, oh my gosh, to have a business, so overwhelming. Why can't you start an online business? Why? And what are people looking for online? What do you guys, why, look, we're an hour and 13 minutes into this. What are you guys looking for? It's knowledge. So what I'm trying to say, okay, fine. I have knowledge as an experienced physical therapist, and I have a track record of 16 years of working for corporations, doing my own thing, online business, working on a tennis tour, working with this person, hiring, firing, paying, this, whatever. Okay. You're trying to tell me you've gone through 3.5 years of school. You know musculoskeletal conditions, kinesiology, biomechanics, origins and insertions, anatomy out the yin-yang, and you know how to treat it conservatively. You're trying to tell me you can't have an online business and affect people that need your help? Get the F out of here, bro. Nobody's teaching you. That's all it is. I got no more coffee, so maybe I'll start.
Yeah.
I think
I think
that said itself.
Yeah.
We were both very much speechless.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's why it's better just to go off the cuff, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yes.
You never know what's gonna happen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen, but that's really it, man. I mean, I don't know what else to tell y'all, man, but that really is it. This thing, but I will say this. Let's actually finish it on a light note. This thing can change really quick. This thing can change really, really quick. And the way it changes is by exposing you all to these things. The good news is that you actually learn something that's of value. That's the good news. Now, you might not know. I think Paul Goff said it the best. He said something like, it's like giving someone a $100,000 Lamborghini, but you don't know how to drive. Like, you don't have the license to drive it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you do have this amazing Lamborghini. You have this Bugatti. You have it. So just learn how to drive it, and then that's when the magic can happen. So at least you didn't get a freaking clunker. You know what I mean? Like, some people go to college, they spend all that money too, and they can't do nothing with it. You can do a lot with this PT thing. You can do a lot with it. You just got to learn. So.
And thanks to you for giving us a Lamborghini user manual.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you so much for your time, Greg Todd.
Yeah,
Legend, Jedi, OG.
Yes.
It's my pleasure, man.
And how can people, I know you said it a lot, but how can people really contact you and reach you and find everything that you put out there?
I mean, basically, I have my website, gregtoddpt.com. That's my website where I just have a lot of free content. gregtoddtv.com is where I have my 12 online courses. Mentoring Monday, basically, it's mentorwithgreg.com. You get an email from me every single Monday. It's just my way of giving back. So I do a blog post every single Monday that will help young physical therapists or to-be physical therapists. So you can get on that email list for free. And then those that are really serious, man, you go to thesmartpt.com or you go to gregmastermind.com. Those are my baller courses that's getting people that are serious about their career, getting them ready to take it to the next level.
Awesome. And Greg, we've got about a little bit less than 2 years left, and we're definitely going to be hitting you up and trying to, wherever this goes, we're trying to build a brand.
Yeah, trying to get it going.
Right? And again, I feel good about this. I feel good that you got students creating podcasts, and so look, man, it's changing. This is what I tell my students all the time. I said the line has been drawn in the sand. The line has been drawn in the sand. You've got No Limit over here. That's my people. We make no excuses. We find solutions to problems. And then you've got the dinos over here, and they are focusing on the wrong things. So at the end of the day, here's what's going to happen, y'all. You're going to be working for us. That's it. I mean, that's really it. I mean, that's really it. So you just decide if you want to work for them or you want to be their employer. You decide in 10 years from now, that's it. Yeah. So
didn't end well for the dinosaurs, I don't think.
No.
Yeah,
happy ending.
But too well.
So, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, no problem, guys. Thank you so much. All right, we'll talk.